Hey guys, welcome back to the Cosmic Panel where today we're going to be discussing Wonder Man. But before we get into that, Elias has a quick word from us.
What's up, guys? Just wanted to let you know about a few great ways to support us. We've been doing this YouTube thing for a while, but if you want to see us and get to support us, we have a few ways you can do so. We have an eBay, the.cosmic.panel. We have weekly Whatnot shows, which is just the Cosmic Panel. Doing some big books at dollar starts. Next week we have a all Spider-Man and Spider-Man adjacent show starting at $1. A bunch of cool stuff starting at $1. And Instagram at the Cosmic Panel. So great way to support us over there. Hope to see you over there. And I'm very excited to talk about this brand new Disney Plus series.
Yeah, so Wonder Man, overall thoughts. Just quick, like 1 to 2 sentence thoughts. What are your
Yeah.
thoughts?
Um, a surprisingly refreshing MCU project that actually makes me happy to be in this world again.
Yeah,
You know,
um,
in the cinematic world, not like alive.
yeah. I think this show is really phenomenal for what it does, but I don't think it'll be for every comic book superhero fan. I think you have to go in this with a different mindset of like this is just a good show rather than just being like this is a I can't wait for the next superhero thing like that because there's very little action.
It's funny because I am a strong believer in, or I was, I guess, of, if you're doing a superhero or comic book show or any, movie, whatever, I don't want the powers to be like like it looks like you have a budget restriction and so you can only show the powers like once per episode or something, for like 5 seconds. But this threw that out the window for me. Like I did not care how little superpowers there were. I didn't care how little, special, combat or action scenes there were. Like the dialogue was so compelling. The writing was just so just I don't know, well done and engaging that I didn't even care that like it
Yeah.
wasn't just like a straight up superhero, project. Like it was really impressive. Really genuinely impressive.
Also, I think that when the superpowers did appear, they looked really good. That's also the thing. Like, it would be bad if, like, when the powers appeared, they looked bad on top of that. But, like, they looked good each time that they appeared. And, like, they always left, like, what felt like a physical impact in the scenes, whether it be,
Right.
like, literally the studio getting destroyed or a wall getting shattered.
The shaking, effect is like a good subtle way to show this immense power that Simon has, until we see that outburst in the second to last episode. It's more like a looming kind of scary thing, like when, even when like Trevor takes down that sheet, it's kind of scary. His reaction when he sees all those cracks in the wall.
Pepperoni?
Yeah, exactly. That
That
was
was
really
such a
good.
funny reaction.
Hmm.
I will say, Trevor is now one of my favorite characters, weirdly
I
enough.
know.
I
Literally, it's
I
it's
I
insane.
never thought I would ever say that straight
No,
up.
never, never. I
Um,
barely,
I tolerated him in Shang
yeah.
Chi, honestly. Uh,
Yeah, I mean, Iron Man 3 was not my favorite MCU project in general. The fact that they have brought us around or brought me around to this character after so long. I mean, when did that fucking movie come out now,
Literally
like
10 years ago.
so like the fact
Well,
that
no, more
we've
than
had
10
this
years ago.
arc.
Civil War was 10 years ago, and that was before Civil Wars. Yeah, that was actually before Age of Ultron, which came out, I believe, 2013. Like, yeah, no, over a
2012.
decade. Yeah, over a decade at this point.
It's totally nuts. But yeah, the fact that they made that lead, shitty, what I thought was a shitty character into something and into a character that I actually give a shit about is it's a feat.
It's funny. I give more of a shit about this character than some of the newer characters.
I know, literally,
That's
it's insane.
crazy.
It's
Just
insane.
like
Well, you know,
yeah.
Kingsley is just such a class act. Um,
He plays it so
and
well.
yeah, he just does such a great job.
Um,
But should we
yeah,
start from the first episode a little bit?
yeah. We should start from the first episode.
Spoilers galore.
it's really funny how insufferable Simon is in the beginning with American Heart. Like that hurt me. That hurt me internally. Like my cringe meter was off the charts when
Yeah.
he was just like,
Oh yeah.
what if I just he just kept adding shit. I was like, bro, just do it. Just come on, just do
The
it.
second like note that he had for the director or whatever, I was like, oh no, this is gonna be a problem.
Yeah. And then he started talking to the writer. The writer was like, yeah, yeah, no, that makes, and I was like, oh no, you're cooked when the writer starts agreeing with you because the director doesn't give a fuck about the writer.
You know? So it's really funny to have the protagonist of, of a superhero project, right, be this prickly person that people really don't like. So I thought that was also a nice, different angle for us to take. But yeah, they throw us right into the acting arena with him. We
He
see what
loses his
kind of actor
girlfriend.
he is, loses his job or loses that job, loses his girlfriend, and then what happens right after?
He goes to a film to and meets Trevor,
Oh right, yeah, he meets Trevor at
which
Midnight
just
Cowboy.
happens to be there.
Hmm.
Uh, and yeah, no, I think it's really funny how they do that. He gets the audition. The audition is like I love when Trevor was like, you gotta just exhale, just let all the oxygen from your brain leave your body, so all that's left is just the script. And I like that after that moment, he actually like Simon keeps doing that.
Hmm.
Weirdly enough, like he keeps just like exhaling really before like acting. Like I don't know if you picked that up or not. Um,
Yeah, I did see that. Yeah,
so it was like he literally took that to heart and was like, okay, yes, that's okay. This guy knows what he's talking about. I'm gonna do this.
it's nice, to see Trevor really just give a shit right off the rip. Like, I think the whole thing is that he can't help himself. Like, at
Yeah,
his heart, like Trevor is an actor, and so if he sees another actor struggling, he wants to help.
I think it's the
So
one
it
time
just
where he gives a
kicks
shit
in.
about the other person. Like really,
Yeah,
because it's like he sees a lot of because let's be honest. I don't know how where Simon is gonna end up in like let's say like in universe time, like let's say like if he did let's say if he didn't have powers, and let's say we like jump 20 years, what would stop him from falling into the same bender that Trevor did? Like I think Trevor very much sees like the like early version of himself in Simon,
yeah,
which
yeah,
where he's like he's not fun to be around. He starts a lot of enemies. He brings a lot of fights, but he has real talent, and that's what's holding him back. Isn't the fact that he can't act, but the fact that he can't get out of his own head.
yeah, yeah, totally. And so Trevor recognizes, this guy, went out of his way to break into this Wonder Man audition. He clearly really wants this, and he tries to help him. So
Yeah,
it's cool. It's a cool interaction.
and then you realize it's all fucking Department of Damage Control.
Yeah.
Something about which oh man, the I don't know when this was written, but the allegories for like the quota of like ice and this felt so like
This was
yeah,
written, I think, a while ago now, because I feel like they were talking about this is one of those series
yeah,
that we were talking about for,
a
a long,
while ago,
long
yeah.
time.
But still, it like the fact that they're like, we have a prison, we only have half of it filled up, and we need to fill the other half, and it's like very much like the same thing where like nowadays with ice, they're like, we have to hit a 3,000 person quota every day, and it's like that's just not feasible. That's not feasible unless you are just grabbing innocent people, which in this case Simon is.
Right, exactly.
Moving into the second episode, we get into Simon doing like the little like tape for like the person for the casting director. I think it's really funny how they just keep jumping to different locations. Like they go to Trevor's like home apartment, and it's just like it's such a what was it his
The
roommate
neighbor
playing like
was
music.
blasting
Yeah,
music. Yeah,
it was so funny.
yeah.
uh
It's a fun, lighthearted yet deep episode, and that's kind of how I would summarize this show. Is like it has like very lighthearted moments, but it's always gonna come back to earth.
yeah, and I think this is the episode that really establishes like the friendship dynamic of Trevor and Simon, where like Simon's like doesn't have anyone else to like really help him with the tape, which like the before who he used to trust was Vivian, his girlfriend. And so like this is the first time where he's like, shit, wait, I actually do need another person. Who in my contacts can I even call remotely to even like get like to come over here? And it's like that's the only person. That's the only person I have that would understand why I'm calling them in the middle of the day. But yeah, I thought it was a funny episode, and then it ended with that like little like funny cliffhanger. The fact that this all released at once, I'm curious. Do you think that that was a benefit or a detriment?
It's tough. I think with half-hour episodes, I don't mind it as much. I think ultimately it just generates more hype for a lesser known character.
Yeah,
'Cause then you I think maybe they anticipated a certain fall off if they did it week by week. So they said, let's drop it all at once. They're only 30-minute episodes. If people are going to be into it, they're going to be invested and they're just going to want to go and be done, and just knock it out. So
personally,
I
I
think it's
think they
enough
should
to
have.
get you invested.
Personally, I think they should have done probably like half and half, like maybe up to like episode 4 with Doorman, and then do the other half. Because
Yeah,
I feel like
it's not
after
bad.
Doorman, you get that time skip, and it's like, oh, okay, like now we understand the context of like everything, and now we go into like him actually, uh, like he gets his powers always revealed, etc., etc.
Interesting.
But episode 3, we get Trevor being forced to wear a wire, going to the his Simon's mother's birthday. Man, that was tense.
Yeah,
The
it's a good
brothers,
yeah, brother sucks. But
which
yeah,
if you know
so
the comics, he's what is he, Grim Reaper?
yeah,
Yeah, so it was interesting. I was like, huh.
I don't think they're going that
No,
way,
no, no,
but
they're definitely not going that route. That man is just like putting in, doing renovating. This man's way more chill.
yeah. Um, but yeah, so it's a cool, look at Haitian culture in this episode, and basically, showing once again Simon's, prickly nature, and I like how, Trevor's trying to, get dirt on him, whatever, talking to all these different people, and nobody has anything to say about him or anything good to say. But either way, they don't have a lot to say. They just say like one or two things, and they're like, "Yeah, he's there." you
And
know,
also, I love how like Simon immediately catches on that Trevor's like not being like his wingman. He's like, "What are you doing? Like, why are you talking to like my aunt? No one likes her." Like I like that he's not an idiot. Like he does catch on very quickly that there's something up. He just disregards it because of the news at the end of the episode.
well, and also because he does want a friend. He wants to think that
Yeah,
somebody's actually helping there to help him. And so I mean, he gives Trevor, I think, a couple passes, when he's on his phone, talking to the agent, whatever.
but yeah, I think the brother is really interesting because like I get it. Like I get where he's coming from, but also you completely understand Simon where he's like, he just needs this one shot to work. And it's just like it's just one shot that he needs and he's so close. But also like how many one shots can you get before like you just you put it down, you know?
Right. Yeah, I mean, it's brutal, but it's I think
Anything before.
a good family, you know, representation.
Yeah.
Um, just a more everything about this show is just more human, more realistic.
But yeah, no, I think it's so interesting. And then Trevor chooses to break the wire, which was something that actually caught me off guard, honestly. I was like, huh, okay. The strange that he decided to do that. Um
I
and
think
then
just for me, like I wasn't shocked by it because like from the jump, again, like he recognized, Simon's love for the art and authenticity, and so when that happened, he genuinely felt bad. He felt bad for how, again, because he was talking to all the neighbors, his family, like throughout the whole day, seeing like nobody really likes him, nobody talks to him, he has no friends. I think especially as soon as Trevor had that conversation one on one with Simon's mom, he
yeah,
he felt genuinely bad, like he
that
felt
was
terrible.
so. That was so sad, man.
Yeah,
I was like, that almost brought a tear to my eye where I was like, damn,
yeah.
that's
When his
like,
mom was like,
I'm so happy that he said, like, thank you for loving me. And it was
"Yeah,
like,
thank you for
oh,
loving me."
man.
I realized how lonely he was, and he actually, recognized his loneliness.
Also, can I say one thing? I like that we don't have a death scene for his father or any explanation for how he died. He just died. And while that may seem like really callous to some, I think it's just like, no, like life happens. Like regardless of the superpowers and etc. Like you're gonna lose some people. Like unfortunately, like death doesn't suddenly disappear in this universe just because we're watching it within like a superhero universe. And like you feel the impact of his father throughout the show, which you don't realize until the end, which I think is really interesting.
Well, I will say though, the spreading out of the flashbacks like that, and especially when they had flashbacks with his dad at the end of the show, I thought that they were building up to something big happening with the
Like
death.
him killing his dad or something by
Yeah,
accident with his
exactly. Like I
powers.
thought it was some shit like that.
I also thought
So
so, to be
the fact that
honest.
they didn't go there was interesting. I'm not mad at it. I'm actually probably overall happy because that's been done, many
Yeah,
times.
I was
So,
I was
yeah.
going in thinking that that was going to happen. I also thought I was like, oh, they're going to get into a car accident while leaving the movie theater, and then he's going to use his bat. Like that's what I thought, and then it didn't happen. I was like, you know what? I'm actually very happy because like that to me, it doesn't diminish the lesson that his father is giving. Because like Simon didn't need a punishment that moment. Like as a character in his character arc, he didn't need a punishment that moment. He needed a reinforcement. And so like just letting that moment kind of just sit there is so nice. Episode 4, which is Doorman.
Dude,
Ding dong.
dude. Seriously though, like I saw the name of the episode and I was like, nah, there's no way, right? Like they're not gonna
Oh
do
my god. I
Doorman
was
from the
so
Great Lakes
fucking funny.
Avengers.
So
Dude, I
funny.
was so hyped, dog. That episode was fucking awesome.
I
I
love the
fucking
moments
loved
of
it.
horror though, where he's
Yeah.
like the doors are just popping up and he's like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah. Yeah, yeah. No, it's genuinely amazing. I'm so glad that it's the whole episode. Like I kept expecting it to be like, oh, this is just like
Yeah, to
a quick
end.
flashback and then we're gonna show, Simon, you know, going on his way. The time that they spend on it just makes it that much more impactful.
Because
Um,
then you understand like how like this guy never wanted that. He got dragged into it kicking and screaming, and like he's now the punishment for people like him who actually want to act.
yeah, yeah. I
But
thought maybe
I
when Simon said like I'll never have a, career if anyone finds out because of, Doorman. And I thought that meant like when we saw the Doorman episode that they were gonna have some like personal beef or something. But no, it's like that was the Doorman clause that he had to sign when he walked in for the Wonder Man audition. And I was like,
yeah,
oh wow, okay. Stuff like that was
because of
really, really well
insurance
done.
too, which I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
is like yeah, that makes sense. Like insurance would be through the fucking roof. Also, rip my boy Josh Gad.
yeah. R.I.P. Josh Gad
Man,
in MCU in universe dead.
but I
But
also
I was just
can't
gonna
wait.
say,
Oh,
I was
sorry.
just gonna say really quickly, just to put a cap on what I was saying, was just I love in general in the show how we have like hints at things and small things that become much more significant as we go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I was gonna say I can't wait for Doorman to appear in Secret Wars when he enters in saying "Ding Dong" and
You
immediately
better,
like tackles Doctor Doom.
you fucking better, because they didn't. I was hoping they were gonna show where he ended up.
I
Like,
also was
did he
hoping
get did he get locked up? Like what happened?
they just
Did
didn't
they?
even show him, which I think is really funny to be
Maybe
honest.
he had enough money to like just like lay low or something.
Nah, they're definitely just like shoving shit in him. They're just using him as like they're trying to figure out like how to use him as like a bag of holding or some shit.
Right. Well, so they're saying damage control is observing him or something. Is that
I
what they were
think that
saying?
I think so.
I think
I
that's what
mean,
they
they
said.
they did mention something about like having him
They're
apprehended,
searching every inch of his body.
which is really funny.
Genuinely though, I love this episode. I thought it was so cool. I was so hyped because Doorman is like just of all the characters that they could pick was an incredible pick. Like, and to make me like give a shit, about this guy, actually have like a backstory. This fucking just fuck all character from Great Lakes Avengers that nobody gives a shit about. They
Hey,
had
hey,
the
hey,
nice.
watch your mouth. I give a shit about Doorman. Fuck
Thank you,
you.
thank you. But to have the the mask for a second, that was spot on, was awesome. I loved his get up on that movie set where he first
Yeah.
becomes doorman. That was so cool. But yeah, genuinely awesome episode.
So, uh, I think it's really funny that we've had now Mister Mortal, Doorman. We are very close to starting to assemble the Great Lakes Avengers team.
Yep, yep.
So hopefully, within the next 10 years,
2030 Great
yeah,
Lakes Avengers TV
yeah,
show. I'm calling
and
it.
the universe will totally not be rebooted by then. And then after that is episode 5, which is probably the most action we get, period, from this show, to be honest. Like actual action, which I think is really funny.
uh,
That Trevor is just
amazingly
immediately,
paced. Amazingly paced episode. On the spectrum, like in the grand scheme of the show, like the most ridiculous episode,
yeah.
but it was so much fun and the dialogue was such a blast that you
It's
didn't
like,
mind ultimately.
dude, where's my car levels of like funny, where you're like, how much deeper can this, like, I love when they get to the house and it's just them making candy, like you think it's a drug house and it's just like, no man, we're not
It's a
here,
fucking
try a peach
TikTok
drop.
shop operation.
Hey man, try a peach drop. And then Trevor's just like, you'll understand once you try that. And I love them being like, is there a way for you to upload footage from a GoPro directly to the cloud or the internet? And they're like, no, the fuck? And he's like, perfect.
Again, attention to detail, like, yeah, because GoPro can't stream to anything, doesn't have
Yeah.
any, wireless, upload capabilities. Like that shit is in there.
And he didn't have enough
Uh,
time to open up a laptop.
they gave enough of a shit to pay attention to that detail,
It was really funny. But yeah, I did also like the little bit of Simon's powers that we did see. It was like enough where I was like, okay, we get super strength, light energy, base powers, and invulnerability. Oh, like scratch that off the list.
I love how everything comes to a head at the end of the episode. He gets the phone call, the cops show up, like all that stuff at once.
Yeah.
And while it's a little ridiculous that the callback gets pushed up, it's funny enough in that moment, and it also keeps the pacing for the show, just going. I love how politely Dosina is just sitting behind you right now.
Yeah. She knows. Oh, there she goes, yawn. But let's talk about my favorite episode, which is the callback episode. I think this is my personal favorite episode
Hmm?
because
Okay.
it's so funny seeing how crazy it gets, like acting wise. You just see all these actors and like Kovac is just giving them fucking absurd scenarios. Like, and you just see like the two actors like in the beginning, like that we haven't met at all yet, are like doing like a really interesting scene. It's funny, and then we get to Simon and we can tell that he bombs because, and I love that Kovac's just like, you just did a scene from Pretty Woman. It
I'm disappointed in you.
was so funny.
Yeah.
But
He's
then you
just a ridiculous, full of like a, just a insane Hollywood director.
Yeah. I also love that the scene that we focus on is the scene that we keep getting shown over and over again. Like, we don't get to see any other part of the movie other than Barnaby's betrayal. Like, we only get that, which I think is cool. I think that's cool that we get to see it from, like, the moment where they're doing the casting call to the moment where they're, like, testing out people to then the moment they're filming to the moment that's in post production. Like we get to see that scene literally like shown throughout all the phases, you know?
Right. That's very true.
Also, that jump scare of Simon punching the guy through the face.
Yeah.
I was honestly, I'm not gonna lie, it got me. It got me for a second. I was
Oh
like,
yeah. Okay.
yeah, because it was like this show was so has not been it's like one of those things where it's like the show is so normal that I was like, if they did something like that, I would be like, what the fuck? But I would be strapped in for it, you know? I'd be like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, I guess we're hitting the gas now, you know?
Yeah. I didn't believe it. I don't know why, but I didn't. I just thought I was like, there's no way they're throwing the whole. It just felt a little too sudden. to throw the whole thing away.
Especially at first when he was like, "We all know your secret." I was like, I like believed that like Trevor like would speak. Like for a second, I was like, "Oh, Trevor definitely fucking bitched about or like leaked it or something." Like
Okay, gotcha. Yeah,
Um, but yeah, I thought it was
but yeah.
it was really
That was a cool little jump scare. Yeah.
yeah
Just real quick, like the end of that episode is when Kovac basically says, like, you were my guys, like
yeah
you got it, and that's a huge moment for them.
huge win for them.
Yeah.
Um, and then immediately Trevor gets kidnapped from the hotel. He gets dropped off at the hotel and immediately gets kidnapped.
I was like, what is he even doing trying to go back to his hotel? Like he should just be like hanging to Simon for dear life.
Yeah, no,
But
seriously.
yeah,
And it was and I love how he's like he's actually dating like oh my god. He like Trevor's such a little bitch. But like in a great character way where it's like he doesn't even know what he wants out of this. And then the next episode is really funny because we really get to see that like Trevor kind of balances Simon out in the perfect way. And like everyone hates Simon when he's by himself, but then as soon as Trevor's there, he can kind of like rein Simon in. Um, and then we get to the part where like Kathy Friedman is the New York Times journalist is like
yeah,
interviewing everyone and it's like
she was stressing me out.
yeah no and I love how like it's the reversal where she's like no your story is like beautiful I'm more concerned about Trevor's story he was a fucking terrorist and it's like
Yeah.
yeah yeah that would be more concerning wouldn't it that genuinely would be more concerning like how the fuck did he get here which I do appreciate that she was like, "Weren't you arrested like a couple weeks ago at the airport?" And he's like, "No, no, no." Just like I have a couple eyewitness and videos.
Yeah, whole time, Simon was concerned about his story getting, leaked or whatever, and that was not a problem at all for her.
And then that finale of the episode where like he finally releases his the camera work for that was so cool too. Like the what is it like? What type of shot would that even be called? Is it just like
Well, so I wasn't sure if it was a rig that was attached to him, like
yeah?
himself,
That's what I
but
thought.
that's what it looked like. It looked like a one of those
Things
wearable,
connected on the chest.
rigs
Yeah,
that he was just, the camera was facing him. That's what that felt like. But yeah, that was like one of my favorite camera moments. But just in general, I do want to take this second to say like how great the camera work is in this show. For a lot of like the title sequences,
yeah.
the the handheld camera or the bumpiness of the camera um is keyed to the title, and so it'll have that movement with it. I remember noticing that in a couple sequences, and just in general, just the cinematography, the little grain that the camera has to it, the aspect ratio, being what it is, like the the way this was shot, I thought was really excellent.
It's a love letter. It's a love letter to the film industry at large, which is really
Yep,
you can feel
totally.
it.
Yeah, all the different, areas of LA that we get to see and
Yeah,
touch
I'm
on,
surprised
like,
by
yeah,
how much we got to see. Honestly,
yeah,
um,
definitely a big love letter to California as well.
yeah. Then the next episode happens, and it's stressful as fuck. That first half,
Yeah, I didn't see the twist coming with Trevor.
they
Um,
never see me coming.
yeah, I didn't see that twist coming. I thought that was pretty cool that
Trevor
Trevor really
Slattery was the
took
mess.
one for the team. Yeah.
It's so I love his accent. It's so stupid. It's just like
Yeah, I never realized how much of a thing that accent was for the Mandarin character. It's funny.
yeah, it really. I love. Oh yeah, wait. When they showed the test footage for it, for it was so funny.
That was cool though. I wish we could have seen a little more of like who was, giving him
Yeah,
direction.
it was so funny though because
But
it was just like
I
he's
thut that
like
was a good thing to
give us a
show.
little bit more, and he's like, and he's still British, and he's still like, it's not until he hits that hello
And then he goes American on him.
America.
But so, I haven't seen Iron Man 3 in fucking
Yeah, me neither.
ages. But are we to just believe that whoever put him up to that was just like
Well, it was
some.
the guy from AIM. Uh,
So that was Aldrich?
I would assume that's Aldrich.
Okay. Okay. Word.
I would
Yeah.
assume so. I mean,
I
I
thought
wouldn't.
that was a
I don't know
good
about like the voice exactly, but like I would assume that's Aldrich or someone
somebody
from
under
there. Yeah,
Killian's
yeah. I mean, he definitely.
guidance.
It would have to be someone trustworthy because I mean, it's a secret that he wouldn't want leaked out, and it didn't get leaked out. That's the thing. Also, like actual terrorist attacks were happening because of it, and it still wasn't getting leaked out.
Yeah. But yeah,
Um,
generally a good flashback to include. A lot of good little flashbacks in this show in general.
yeah. Um, ignore her, ignore her. But yeah, and then after I love that he revives the personality, and I love that the fucking well, I don't love, but it's really funny that the cop guy is just like, I'm gonna take this win. I'm gonna lose my job otherwise. I'm gonna just take this
Yeah.
win. I'm not gonna bitch and moan about it.
Yeah. I knew the whole time.
Yeah, I knew the whole. It's
Such
so
a bitch,
stupid.
that
Yeah,
guy.
I know, right? And
Such
I
a
hope he
bitch.
loses his job after for Trevor.
Besides the premiere, right? Is the next thing, the next big thing is the
Well, it's
premiere.
him shooting the scene and getting
Well,
the
right, yeah, so him,
glasses.
right, him shooting the scene without Trevor, and man, do I love that black and red suit,
Yeah, it looks so good.
the
I love how it's
sunglasses.
revealed with little fanfare though.
Mm,
Like it's so like antithetical to how like Disney Plus has kind of built up like revealing the which is funny. They still revealed the suit only in the last episode, but I think it's really funny that they're just like, yeah, no. He's just wearing a robe and he just takes it off.
this time is actually earned though.
Yeah.
Like it
And
felt so much more earned.
and I love that the flashback about like the glasses. And then we get to and then he's like, wow, how close are these to the original? He's like, these are the original. And it's like you could just tell like Simon's just like, man, if my father could see me now.
I thought
Like
he was gonna hug the dude. I was kind of sad that the dude like just kind of walked off.
the poor
Like,
man did so much work and then
well, that's why I was surprised he walked off because the whole thing was like, when he showed him the glasses the first time, he was disappointed that, Simon didn't like any of the options. Simon kind of just dismissed him. So I was like, oh, he's gonna have his moment, and he kind of just walked off. So I was kind of thought that was a shame.
and then we get the premiere, which is great. He's in the red and black suit. Looks amazing. Love how everyone is enjoying the film. I love how his family's just like, yeah, you did it. So what's next? And then I wasn't expecting the twist after that.
I'm trying to decide at what point. Well, I think it was
For me, I can tell you the
once he
exact
was.
moment.
I think it was once he was in the car.
For
I
me, it was the
realized what
moment
the
where he
twist
said,
was.
those freaks gave her cancer and they keep on giving me nightmares.
Interesting.
When he started talking about like how the physical effects, I was like, wait, is it like radiation mutants and stuff like that? Like that's what my thought was like, huh, okay, maybe. But then again, I was like, the first time I was like, no, that doesn't make sense. Like even I'd like dismissed it after and was like, huh, no. And then as soon as they were like, yeah, I'm bringing you to work, I was like, oh well,
Yeah, yeah. But I thought that was a really cool like long tag. I was like, where are they going with this? Had my inkling of suspicion, and then it was like once he was in the car, I was like, oh wow, they are doing this. That's pretty cool.
I like that he helps the guy too. He doesn't just like fuck
Yeah,
over the guy. Like he's just like, do you know where the bathroom is? And like he doesn't like the cameras don't see him with him, and like it's just like he, it's nice. And it's like a huge
he
sum of
gives him
money.
money. Yeah,
Yeah, it's nice
yeah,
enough to
it's
quit the
cool.
job, which is cool.
Right, right,
And
exactly.
then they get to leave, and it's pretty funny that Trevor's still on the run. Trevor's never gonna finish his fucking prison sentence at this rate. He's just gonna keep on
Yeah.
getting years tacked on at this point.
hmm It's cool. That Simon doesn't give up on him. And he just says, "Fuck it. I
Yeah,
did my movie, and I'm breaking this guy out." I don't know where that really leaves the character, like to do
it's
next,
it's really
besides
funny
hide out. But
where he's like earlier in the series, he's like, "Don't you have super speed or fly or something?" It's like later on, it's like Trevor just looks down and just floating. It's like ah.
yeah,
I love Yahya Abdul Mateen the second in this. He's so great. I mean, he's a phenomenal actor in general. he was great as Doctor Manhattan in the Watchmen show. Yeah, no, that was the thing that like reminded me. He was also Black Manta in Aquaman, which is
Oh, right.
yeah, which is to be fair, he was like one of the better actors in that in those
It's
two
so funny
films
how all that just like left my head as soon as I saw him in this role. Like
because
I just did
he's
not.
good at embodying his roles. Like that's really at the end of the day. Like I think that's the thing is like you don't see the actor, you just see him playing the character, which is really nice.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, and then yeah, I think it's really fun, and I think all the actors really killed it. I mean, Ben Kingsley's awesome. Uh, Zlatko Burick is funny, like in his scenes that he's in. But yeah, no, this is just a love letter, and I kind of love it. Is it for everyone? Definitely not. I don't think so. But go in with no expectations, and you'll have a blast.
Well, I have to say,
Or
there
at least
are
not superhero expectations.
sure, but
That's a
I do
better
have
way
to
to put it.
say, like, for a comic, an MCU project where often they do just take the name of the character and then they do whatever the fuck they want. Like they'll just like, yeah, okay, Simon Williams, we're gonna do whatever we want. But they took actually a few strings from his comic, history, which is he's an actor, he's Simon Williams, and he's got a prickly personality. And like they took those things and they somehow made just the most, I think, compelling story that made me not mind that it wasn't, straight
Super
out of the
faithful.
comic book Simon Williams.
Yeah.
Like it was just
No purple skin.
again its own vehicle. Was that?
No purple skin.
Yeah, yeah.
I love
They
when the
didn't
guy's
they
like,
didn't make him translucent yet, but
did it?
I'll hold that hope.
I love when the guy was like, was he glowing? And he was like, lightly glowing. And it's like,
Yeah,
no.
was he lightly
Trevor's
yeah.
like, no.
No. Yeah, that was good. But
God.
yeah, just that they make, an original, thing. They just take those few threads right from the comic book character and they make something just completely original and just and capturing. I think is just so awesome. But I would love for them to use, whatever they got to use to do these stories of characters that are more obscure, characters that a lot of people don't know, and just hiring good fucking writers and directors to do it. Like, I didn't recognize any of the names on the writing and directing credits every
Yeah.
episode. It would even be a different writer each episode, or, like the same, like three writers, whatever. But I didn't know any of these names. Don't give the same five people every job at Marvel when you got people who clearly can write an amazing story, original story,
Oh my
and
God.
knock it out of
So
the park with an obscure character.
so apparently the writer and producer, the main like one of the guys that like really helped create this, worked on 30 Rock, Community, and Brooklyn Nine-Nine, which makes perfect sense.
That's fine.
Andrew Guest and then
I was gonna say Andrew.
Destin Daniel Cretton, who I have heard, who was also the director of Shang-Chi and now the new Spider-Man film, which I'm very excited to see. Oh, man, they know what they're doing, man. It's nice to see people that are like kind of breathing in life and what it seems to be like a very like trope ridden genre in a ways. Like I'm very excited to see what they do next. I mean, we got Daredevil as our next thing, I believe. Which the season 2 trailer looks promising, so I'm excited. But
It's funny because like one of the trailers I saw for Wonder Man had like a review that said the cure to superhero fatigue, and I was like, shut up, like whatever, I don't care. Low key, they right.
low key, they're spitting.
Low key, they spitting though.
um, but yeah, give me more like quality content like this, and I might forgive you for Ant Man Quantumania.
It's a shame because I don't have because this is so much more grounded. It makes me a little more hopeful for Spider-Man, yes, but it doesn't make me hopeful for Avengers
Yeah,
Doomsday.
no. That movie's cooked.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I think overall, what would you rate it? I'm gonna give four bright red Wonder Man jackets out of five.
I'm gonna go 4.5 Wonder Man lunchboxes out of 5. But yeah, really refreshing show. I highly encourage people to watch it. if you don't care about superhero stuff, this will just be
A fun
just as good.
watch.
It's just a good fucking show. It's just like a good, yeah, it's a
Yeah,
good time.
good show. Good
You
show.
don't need to you don't need to know anything else, which is what's great about this, you know.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you guys thought of the show down below in the comments. Hope to see you guys on Instagram, whatnot, and eBay, and we'll see you very soon.